We are live with Tabannusi for your enjoyment, and even if you don't enjoy it, we're still going to play it because we like it.
For our enjoyment.
For our enjoyment, that's right. Thank you to everyone who has been here with us and who has been watching a lot of the content that we've had. Really appreciate it. We obviously, if you have questions and stuff, I will try to monitor the chat as we're playing, but otherwise, just let me see if we missed anything. I don't think so. Okay, so yes, if you have any questions, we will be happy to answer them or make up answers or something. If you've watched some of the recent live plays that we have done, you will recognize that we have
Andrew
and Ben with us. We're going to be playing a 3-player game of Tabannusi. We have also randomized the setup because we like a good challenge. I randomly determined that Ben is the first player. I'm not going to go over the full rules, but what I will do is I will give a quick overview of how the game works. Obviously, you can see the top-down view as well. Essentially, this is it's a rondel where the paths are constantly changing. On your first turn of the game, you get to place your workers. You have 2 workers. The large one is your architect. The small one is your assistant. So they get to start anywhere on the game board. But then, as your action, you will take one of the dice that are available at that location. So as you can see over here, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and a 6. Whichever die I take, if I take this number 5, that determines which action space I will go to on my following turn. So now I have decided that basically this rondel takes me to this location. Next time I will draft a die from here that will take me to a new location, and so forth. So every time the die that you draft tells you where you're going. If you draft a 6, then you get to choose freely, but you cannot choose one of the numbers that is visible. So over here, you can only choose the 1, because that's the only number that is not available. If you want to go to 2, well, then you have to take the 2 that is already available. There are 5 different districts. 3 of them are the common districts, and they function the same way. This is basically where we're constructing buildings, we're adding gardens and so forth. Those are the things that are going to score the majority of the victory points for us in most games. One thing that is interesting in this game is that when you're constructing a building, it's not necessarily just like, okay, pay the cost, put out a building. It's, I'm going to start the blueprints for it. And then someone else can come. And in fact, you want other people to complete the buildings that you have started. And you want to complete buildings that other people have started. Even though there are mutual benefits that you get from it. But everything else is just too expensive and inefficient. So it's kind of interesting how there's that interaction between those actions that you're taking. We'll talk about things as we're placing, expanding with water and gardens and so forth. We'll talk about how those score. We'll explain the actions as we're taking them. There's the port district where we can acquire technologies, which are these ship tiles. We can also place buildings around there, also for scoring purposes. There's the ziggurat district where we can acquire bonuses that will be scored at the end of the game. And also, it wouldn't be a Board&Dice game unless you have 3 mastery tracks that you can advance on. And these ones, unlike other games that you might be familiar with from our catalog, these ones generally do not give you something immediately when you advance on them. Rather, they act as multipliers and affect how you're scoring things. I should mention this is a game that was designed by David Spada along with Daniele Ticini. It is coming out in November, and also it turns out we have a bit of a rainstorm and thunder here. So if you hear sounds, it's either because we are haunted by ghosts or it's because it's windy and rainy and thunder and stuff. And we will see. If we disappear, we've either been abducted or we have a power outage or something like that. We'll figure it out. So, but yes, that's Tabannusi. There are 5 scorings in the game, which are triggered by us, depending on, like, if we activate a certain area, more often than others, then that will score. Every time that they score, we will remove a gold from here. After the 5th scoring, that's triggering the end of the game. We will finish that round and play one more, and then we score all 5 districts at the end. And I think that's enough to get us started. Let's see if we have anything here. Hello from France. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, Ben, you are the first player.
I am the first player. I was about to say bonjour, but I don't want to be like rude, and so I just decided.
I mean, you can't stop with that. Then you'd have to continue and
Right. Yeah, that's just insulting. If okay, well, I'm just gonna go.
Don't we put out buildings?
Yeah, do we put out?
Oh yes, we do.
Buildings to start?
Yes, a building, and you actually get to choose first because you're the last player. I should look at my objective.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh man, this is not going to work at all. But
what's the difference between these 2 arrows? Is this?
That's any track. That's the track of the contract you put out on it.
Okay.
So effectively,
you don't get to go up by doing that, right? The building's just a build. Well,
no, you get the bonus, yeah. So you're going to go up on the white.
And then you put this out, right?
Yep. Which, by the way, I really like these pieces.
It's a lot of plastic for a board and dice game.
A lot of plastic for a Euro game as well.
For any Euro game, that's true.
Yeah.
So I do get that bonus on that track that I moved up, right?
Yeah.
You don't. This you get when your lowest marker gets there.
Right. Okay. I remember I made that mistake a few times.
Do you place next trainer?
I do. I'm just gonna. Okay, there we go. Where do I want to go and what color? I know where I want to go. But what color do I want? I am going to take we're going to take a brown building, please.
Sure.
And will you give me a gold, please? And I'm going to go over in that district. And I think the answer to the question of where to go. Huh. Well, I don't know. We're going to go over here. I'm going to take a track advancement on why not brown, because that's...
Why not?
Why not?
That's a point.
Why not?
And now my turn.
Yes, it is.
Well, since no one has chosen a yellow building.
It's because that's the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it now?
Yellow's the color of cowards.
Yellow bone. Yeah, so we'll go there. Which lets me place out a contract, right? Or a blueprint.
It gives you that one actually.
Looks like a contract.
It should let you place one. So that one is a bit different. I'm gonna check.
Please.
Because normally I know what it does. So basically, it gives you yes, you get to place a projectile. Normally it would be you would have to like place it next to it. But yes, you can definitely place that one there. Just take a yellow projectile and place it out somewhere.
Just within that same district? Yep. Does it have to be the same color?
Yes.
So there's a yellow. Then can I get another gold?
I did. I give you.
Do we get this gold or is that
yes,
price?
And did you cover something?
So I did cover a gold, so I got one more.
Okay.
All right.
Now we may begin?
Now we may begin.
We may.
You get to make the first mistake of the game.
Consider that made. Yeah, I know.
You're going to start by losing 2 points?
I am not going to start by
Don't
losing
make
2
my
points.
mistake.
It's tempting though. We'll take that.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing that is interesting too is that even though the die determines...
Do you want to lay these down so they're easier to
Yes,
see?
actually, that's
preferred.
One thing that is interesting is that even though the die determines where you go on your next turn, you also keep that die as a resource.
Yes.
You need to build... Oh, never mind. You're there. Ignore me.
I am there. That lets me place another one
Mm-hmm.
next to it.
And that lets you take the largest one. Yep.
The die.
Well, look at you.
We'll see how this
Holy
works out
frick.
for me. And that gives me a green die.
Jeez
Yeah.
Louise.
Well then.
What?
Well, that's interesting. I'll let you deal with that. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna take this 6. Oh yes, I should lay these down, and I'm gonna use this one. I say 4, so I get to go back to that district.
I would have to place that on there though, wouldn't I?
Yes, and now you have no markers
Man, you
left.
bet.
I have no markers. That is a correct assessment.
What do I want to do? That is the question. What I'm gonna do is I only have this thing, but I'm gonna spend that, and we'll just use this as a discard, and a gold to put out a house. Yes, we will do that. I will put out a house. And I'm gonna put that house over, I'm gonna put it over here so that I get one of these things. These tiles, by the way, that we all start with one of them. We can collect extra as we play the game. These ones you can use as a resource of that color. I don't know why I took from this row, because I should take from the bottom row. And I'm gonna spend 2 gold to place out another one, because why not? We're gonna put this one here. I have stuff. Look at this.
That's typically a good
Like
sign in a
an
Euro
artist,
game.
so
Stuff
far.
is rather necessary.
Now, what's not necessary is those buildings for this.
They may not be.
They have they're
So
zero
what is
points.
this?
That lets you move your architect to any location.
Okay.
Hopefully, by the way, you guys have been enjoying our streaming schedule today. This will be the last
Okay, I'm gonna go here.
thing for the day, but we will be back again tomorrow with more stuff.
And then, so I'm gonna do the top action, so I gotta move my architect.
Yep. Which die do you want?
I will take the 3.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna get to move your architect anywhere you want, and you also get a die from the discard, so you get that one. Where would you like to move to?
I will.
3.
I'm
Which is
actually gonna
fine,
move
too.
to 4,
All right.
and then I will pay 2 gold to put a marker on.
No, you have to do the one more here.
Oh, never mind.
But
Already
next turn.
losing. Already
Next turn.
losing. Then I guess I'll just do the second action. So I'm
Okay.
gonna take one of these. I'll take this and this.
And a marker. Hi, Ben.
Okay. I have no clay markers, so that is lovely.
You should take an action over there to get.
You know, I was
markers.
thinking about it, but I'm going to try not to get clay markers.
Is that your goal?
Just kidding. No. Let's go to area 3. Okay, we're going to convert these blue into some water tiles,
Mm-hmm.
and this green into
Garden.
a garden. I'm also going to get an extra water and an extra garden.
Well,
using
look
spend
at you.
gold.
Expensive stuff. Actually,
Except
we can
I
just
don't
keep it
have
here.
clay markers. Yet.
Yet.
I can place there,
Mm-hmm.
there, and there.
Mm-hmm. And that gave you 1 clay marker and another garden.
Yes.
So is
And
that all one action?
yes.
Mhm.
Cool.
As
And
well as
now with
placing.
my gardens, I can only place one out, unfortunately.
Yep.
But we'll
Too
throw
bad you
that.
didn't have that.
Too bad. I will I'll probably be heading that direction fairly shortly. Like such.
Mm-hmm.
And for my following action, we will spend 2 gold and 1 yellow to turn this into a lovely yellow building.
And this one goes away.
It does.
Well, lovely as it may be, I don't know that I agree with your shenanigans over there.
I don't know if I agree with my shenanigans.
But whatever. I mean,
Sure.
it's
Sure,
pretty over there.
yes.
Yeah. Just,
That's my buildings, my garden.
It's like,
I'm
I got
happy.
50 river tiles and 50 gardens.
so
Just
here's what
fill
I'm gonna
all the
do.
things with rivers. Nobody can build anymore. Good luck.
I'm gonna take the 6 and I'm gonna
Blew
go to
through
4.
all my gold.
So I'm
Look at
staying
Ritter
there.
taking all those.
And then I'm gonna do a gold and a clay marker. Don't give me the gold because I'm spending the gold and this one to put down a house. And where do I want to put
Oh my
it?
gosh.
I think I'm gonna stick it here.
Ugh.
I mean, and now I have stuff. Look at this.
Stop with the stuff, Rainer.
Jeez.
No more stuff. Oh, hey, I got a clay marker when I.
Oh, you did.
Woohoo.
You should have converted that one first. Then you could have added another garden.
I should have. Alas.
Yeah. Oh well.
As they say in Argentina. Ja fue.
Kane says that the board looks nice. Really waiting for this one. And Origins and Zapotec and founders of Teotihuacan and other things.
Okay.
Tune in on Monday. We will tell you all about
I wanna
most
take-
of the things that are coming out in 22.
It's going to be really cool. Can I get a 3?
Yes.
Okay.
So my goal is to just stay there. I'm just gonna camp out.
I'm going to
Okay.
spend these 2 white dice when I put those over in the supply. And I will take that blue dice thingamajig.
Mm-hmm. Now it would have been nice if I had that one first.
Spending 2 gold.
I could have had 6 points.
Yeah. Rainer, I know. Mistakes were made.
Spending 2
Points were
gold
lost.
to put another building out. And I'm going to put it in the gain a dice from the supply.
Okay. Which one would you like?
I'll get one of the blue. And that's
Mhm.
it.
All right, Ben.
Did you get skipped?
No, he did the
I
white.
built
He
stuff.
Oh, you built
2
more stuff.
f-
I was too busy wallowing in my poor decisions. Didn't realize. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll go up there.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, I mean it seems like a
It's as logical as all my other moves.
Yeah.
And because I need gold so badly, we'll just throw down a. Well, no, scratch that. Bad idea, Rainer. I'm gonna do a better idea and go down
I scratched it.
4 points to go
Wow.
up 2 on a track.
I mean that
Yeah.
works. Why not?
It's not illegal.
I'm gonna take this 6, I think, unless I want to go to 1 or 2. Do I want to go to 1 or 2? Yes, I want to go to 2. That is where I'm headed next. This mess right there. Now, do I add another building? Of course I do.
Mm-mm.
Oh yes, buildings. I mean, I should actually spend some gold over there and get some markers out. But that's for the week. No, I'm not going to take the 2. I'm going to take that 6, and I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Ben, you might want to get over there.
I'm gonna flip this one over as a white, and then I'm gonna put down something here, and take back a white. Then I will do a gold and a clay marker. Yes. And there will be no room for you over there.
It's all right. I never wanted to go there anyways. I highly dislike the Port District.
I'll take the 6, and then I'm going to move.
See, this game makes you feel clever and very dumb at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful how it does it.
Go right here. Okay, well, my first action there is going to be spending a blue dice and a gold to build a white building. Right? I can do that?
It would, yes, blue and gold, yes. And we need 2 of them. You're going to get to advance on 2 steps here.
Yes, I am.
And you get those back. Look at you.
Got me some clay markers.
And then I get a clay marker.
Where do you get the clay marker? Oh, yes, for that. Yes. I'm going to steal your board, actually, real quick. I'm just going to show this on.
Okay.
So on our player boards, as you can see, as some of the houses come off, especially on those colored rows, that's where you can get some of the extra bonuses when your houses come off. If you clear a whole column, these later ones, they give you some either points or other benefits. And this is where those crate tiles are that we can, you can flip them over to count, in this case, as a yellow or blue resource when you need them. So.
Okay, and then
Cool.
then I'm going to place river tokens and this. And I'll take the white. 6.
That's it, right?
Yeah, so these benefits, by the way, that show that cube with multiple colors, that means that you get some of the resources that have been spent before you get one of those dice.
We're going back to District 1.
Because that worked so well last time.
Because it was so fun. I will trade in these 2 browns to place white up yonder.
And you get a marker on here.
And I get a marker on there.
So you think that you're going to have this one completed?
It's a hope.
Because I remember last
2 times. I've yet to accomplish one of these. So,
but now you're committing to it so that you can doubly lose points from not that and
You're catching on real quick. And then the next action will be to I'm going to do the top one and take a die.
And now you can go anywhere.
I choose to go exactly where I'm at.
Seems like a good plan.
Okay,
All right, now I'm going to take that 2, and I'm going to go over here. And with all these things,
I get a gold
have,
for uncovering that. Because I need
what
that gold.
do I want to do? I want to I'm going to take a gold and a clay marker, but again, don't give me the gold. I will give you some gold.
Oh.
And I need to put down a marker on one of those. Now, which one is it that I need? I need... Yeah, that's not going to work. I need. I don't know what I need now. This is so confusing. I'm gonna get this one, I think. Yes, let's do this one. This one seems handy. And then I'm going here, leaving this one there for someone to come and scoop it up.
Scoopy scoop scoop.
Well, what am I doing?
I don't know, actually.
I don't either.
I'm just going to show you guys so you can see it on camera as well. So this is what it looks like, the aside from the glare on it, but that's what the, there we go. That's what the personal objectives look like that we have. So it will show a number of houses that we need to have in either these or sometimes the port district. As you will have noticed.
Not groupings, that is like your color
Yep.
houses.
Correct. Not the size of them, yeah, it's the number of them. As you saw from this one, I don't need to have any here, but I have them there anyway.
Just in case.
That makes me feel fantastic.
Fantastical.
This is freaking tough.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ben, why don't you have you have so few clay markers? You have 2 of them.
I told you I don't want clay markers.
Because I have 7 and Andrew has 6.
Well.
I mean, you only need them to mark everything that you do in the game.
It's given that you do things in the game. If I choose not to do things, I don't need them.
That is correct.
Okay, we'll do this.
You're also on your way back to...
What?
You pointing out I'm moving backwards instead of
Yeah.
forwards? Yes.
We all started at 10.
I didn't see that you did that.
Yeah, we all started at 10, and
I did
Ben
that
is
before,
somehow
I
at
lost,
6 points.
I
So
also lost because I sucked.
If I go far enough back, I hit 99. That's
yes,
what I'm hoping for here.
that just means that from that point on, you're counting your points in percentages. So you
Right.
have 99%
percent
of a point, and then you're gonna go to 1% of a point, and
Jeez, don't do that.
No.
Oh, and then I go over to
maybe next time we should start at 30 or so that you have.
Right, about that. Okay. Whoa. Were you supposed to go over here? Is this?
Yeah, that's 5. Oh, sorry.
I was like, I'm not over there. Okay. Whew. Okay, I will
So that one's gonna score.
take.
Yeah.
Tiz gonna score. Tiz. Okay, well, here are these 2. I'm gonna convert this here.
You get 2 on the white.
Don't they stay there and you put everything on top of it? Oh, no, they don't. Well, poop.
I don't need to.
I may have gotten a clay marker, Rainer, in case you missed it.
Ooh,
I know.
that's fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Real fancy.
Mm-hmm.
My turn?
Nope. I have one more action.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to build some gardens. Oh, I'm going to spend this gold to place one of these.
Mm-hmm.
A size 2.
Wait, how are you doing that?
When he completes the building.
Oh,
Size 2.
okay. Could I have done?
Actually,
I didn't have any gold.
you didn't have any gold, but otherwise, yes, you could have.
Earning back some of those points,
Mm-hmm.
and those clay markers come from my bag.
Look at you.
He can be taught.
Actually, don't, but... My turn?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I think... Oh, yes, yes, yes. I have a plan. Absolutely. We're going to take a 2. I like staying where I'm going. I'm just going to go somewhere and be like, look, this is the spot where I'm staying. And... No, actually. No. I don't like that at all. Ignore what I said.
Lies.
I'm going to go over here. We are going to, but don't give it to me, because I'm going to place a white thing over here. That gives me a gold. Don't give me that gold either. This is the marker that I'm putting down. Then I'm spending this green and a white.
Can you slow it down for the people at home? You're going really fast.
Don't do this, do that, do this, do this,
Okay.
do that.
I can't even keep up when I'm here.
Then give me one. How about this? Yes.
Yeah, so
So
there's
I'm
a
placing a white
Okay.
right here.
That gave you a gold.
That gives me a gold, so I will take that gold.
Okay.
And
You'll
here,
spend said gold.
here is the clay marker that I have to put on it.
Right.
Now I'm flipping over my crate tile, green, plus a green die, plus a white, because you always have to, when you convert buildings, you have to pay 2 of whatever resources associated with that district. Plus, if you have a marker on there, you have to pay extra for those. I'm paying an extra white. So now I'm converting that into a building. So we need a white thing. This one will go into my bag. That building comes out. Ta-da! Then I will spend. I get a gold from here for taking that off. That gold I am immediately spending. Yes, that gold I am immediately spending. I wanted a size 2. This is not well thought out. I wanted a size 2. Why don't I have a size 2 thing?
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
I'm spending that one, yes, and I'm putting a marker on. In that case, this right there. That's where I'm going to have a
had
thing.
that one when you took my.
And then I come over here.
Fun.
Super fun.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm going to take the 3 brown. And then I'm going to spend the 2 brown to place a building on the white area.
Do you want a gold or go up on the white track?
Oh, so do I spend a white building or
A white.
No.
A white
a...
building. Unless you want to put it on the brown one, then.
Yeah. I'm not even close to that. Yeah, I'll just do the brown. So I'll get a gold and I'm going to put on the gold space. Get 2 gold.
We need a marker. Thank you.
And then I'm going to spend 2 gold to place this right here.
Yep, and get a gold and then yes. Very nice. Right, Ben.
All right, Raynor.
So does it end after this round?
After my turn.
After your turn. Fantastic. So all these dice are gonna
Dragonfly is saying that the
What?
board
All these
is
dice go back
nuts.
there.
Just the white.
What game am I looking
Oh,
at?
okay.
This is Walnuts, the board game. No, it's a game called Tabannusi, Builders of Ur. I just figured I had to.
It's Museli, the board game.
Yep. Tabannusi Builders of Ur. It's a game by Board&Dice. It comes out in November. Here we are building the ancient city of Ur, which at the time was a coastal city and also had the Great River flowing through it. And today, of course, it's mostly a desert area. There are 5 different districts, and we are moving between these districts depending on the dice that we draft each round to trigger different actions, to build things, to acquire technologies, and so forth. So you ended your turn.
Trigger to scoring.
Trigger to scoring. So you got the gold.
Got the gold.
Yes. So now we're going to score this district. We score a district every time that we have removed all of the dice from there. So we're going to start with you, Ben. You have 1 marker here. You're going to get 1 point.
I have caught back up.
Yay! I have this marker that is worth 2 points, and I have this marker that is worth 1 point. I get 3 points for that. Then all of the white resources, I have 1 and you have 1. They have to be returned. We each get an advancement on that track there. And yeah. Then they get re-rolled, added back, and we will continue. Well, thank you, Dragonfly. Says that it looks awesome. Really happy with the colors and stuff and how it pops. Any plans for a TTS module before release? There is a Tabletopia setup for this, and it's actually available right now. If you go to our Discord channel, you can play this on Tabletopia. In fact, you can join game demos that we have going on right there. You can go to boardanddice.com, and on the right-hand side, you will see a link to the Discord server. You can just join there and find out about the game demos. There's a Gen Con 2021 category. In there, there's a daily schedule. There will be people there that are ready to help you find a demo as well. So check that out. And I should also say that there are links, so you can both get a demo there to learn the rules for the game, but you can also then grab a link to Tabletopia and be able to play this on your own. All right, my turn. You're going to trigger scoring over here.
I am?
Yes, you
Just
are.
kidding, I don't.
Wait, what? No!
But I have plans. So first of all,
Famous last words.
I have plans.
First of all,
He stays till his work is done.
Okay, I'm gonna impress myself
Whoa.
right now.
Let's see if you can impress us. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
far harder.
I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a yellow tile.
Okay.
I'm gonna do basically what I did last time. I'm
Okay.
gonna put this
I'm
one here
unimpressed.
Yeah.
and do that. I get a gold. Okay, gold, please. Now I'm going to flip over a blue tile along with the blue die that I have, and I'm going to spend the gold in place of the yellow that I need to convert that into a building.
Fun.
So we're converting that. Here's this one back. And now, actually I get a gold for uncovering this thing, so sorry that I handed it to you, but
I gave
needed
you a
that.
gold already for that.
I got
For
it.
uncovering the building.
Oh,
Yep.
uncovering that.
Now,
Color me impressed, Rainer. Color
now
me impressed.
I get to spend a
I wanna
gold
go
to
in.
put another marker over here. So we can, I keep handing things. And I'm going to claim this. Because I have a white, a yellow, a brown, and I have 4 houses over here for 12 victory points.
Indubitably.
Why don't you just do that then?
Why don't I do that? Because
Is it my turn now?
Now his work is done.
now his work is done. And I'm pleased. I mean, that was...
Okay.
That was
I need
nice.
the blue. So I need a blue.
It's unfortunate that yellow building will not score you any points. The
Yeah.
scoring.
Um,
My
Don't-
level of impression has dipped a little.
I don't really care,
Do you
actually.
know? Okay, it's gone back up.
I got 12 points for that building. That
Oh.
building right now
My
gave
level
me
of impression has increased.
12 points. Because... Also, I have 2 yellow. I have a white. I don't have all this yet.
You do not. You're still
But
a
guess
ways
what?
away.
I'm getting this one.
Mark my words.
Mark
You will.
Because it's inevitable.
Okay, well, here's what's happening. I'm moving down to...
That is me. I do not appreciate.
You know what? Whatever. So move me up 1 on the brown.
Yep. You are red. Yep.
And then I am going to spend these 2 dice.
It is unfortunate that I had to use a yellow over there, but whatever.
Hey, how'd you know that? I'm just kidding.
That moves me up 2 on the brown track, giving
Not
me a
liking that.
gold and a clay marker.
I call hacks.
Packs? Hacks.
Yes. And
I got
you are on your way to this one. You just need a size 2 yellow.
I mean, he's on his way to that too. He just needs a size 2 brown.
Yes, but we will sabotage it for him. I will
Okay,
not sabotage it for you.
Thanks, because I did not.
Wait, are those sizes or are
Yeah.
those the number?
2.
You need 2 of them. Yes, you need 2.
2 whites, 2 yellows, and 2 browns.
Yes. Oh yeah, so neither of you are on your way to it.
We're both halfway
Yeah,
there.
I mean, you're
Ah,
closest.
whatever. Yeah. pff. I'm taking that one too then.
Good luck, Rainer.
Good ones.
Blue scores.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I get this. Oh, and I'm gonna spend a gold to put a marker out.
On a 2. Thing?
Yeah, I'm going to place it.
Do you want it
on-
here for that is lined up with those for points, or do you want it elsewhere?
We'll do. Oh, frick. What's the very middle one?
This one?
Yeah.
Whenever you place a house out here, you can spend a blue resource to take it from one of the colored rows instead of the bottom.
Okay, well I don't need to do that.
I'm trading this in for water.
And then that one is just when you place a garden,
Ah, yes.
you get 2 points.
Yep.
And then place a building, you get 2 points. I'll place it on when you build a building, get 2 points.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, yes, we score.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get any points for this one because I haven't advanced on yellow. You, however, are going to get, that counts as a size 3 building, so you're going to get 6 points for that one. And then the other one is just a size 2, and it's going to be 1 point, so for each of those segments. So basically what happens is that the size of the building here gets multiplied based on where your marker is on the corresponding track. So this white building, Andrew's marker is all the way up here, so if we look on
I
the
took
left
it too,
side,
So I should go here, right?
yes. If we look on the left side, 2 points per segment of that building. So this one has 2, but the garden increases basically the size of that building.
Turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right here.
I am right there.
He's right there.
I am right there.
He is right there.
We will take a 6. Send him to 2. Yeah, about that. This one here is just each building that is next to a garden.
Mm-hmm.
So this is next to a garden, this is next to a garden, this is next to a garden. Even though it's 2 gardens, it's just next to a garden.
We shall find out exactly.
Let us consult.
You get 1, 2, or 3 victory points for each of your buildings in the common districts 1, 2, and 3, which are adjacent to at least 1 gardening tile.
Bingo bongo.
Which, by the way, one thing that I really like about this game, but in general about all of our games, I like that the last 8 pages, yes, the last 8 pages, 9 pages, are dedicated to the appendix. That means everything that you can, for a game that has as much going on and where clarity is important, we dedicated plenty of space in the rulebook to make sure that everything is absolutely clear of what it means, what you can do, and so forth.
That gave me 3 points.
Mm-hmm. And those markers come from your bag. That's amazing.
Amazing.
Raynor.
I still have one more action.
Hey, never mind.
I didn't want to
That
go
action
anyway.
feels so long every time you do it. And it feels like it should be 2 actions.
I know. I think I'm going to
Sorry, I missed your comment earlier, Dragonfly. But yes, I understand why people prefer Tabletop Simulator, because you can automate a lot of things. The reason why we have it on Tabletopia is because we actually use Tabletopia internally for playtesting, especially this year with the inability to meet with people in person. We've used Tabletopia extensively. And since nothing is scripted, you can't play test.
You can place blueprints next to that now.
No,
anyone can. You can't play test adequately with something that is a scripted process. So you need to basically let the players, make mistakes.
Bad idea.
As part of play testing. So that's why we use Tabletopia for that, because there every player has to basically manipulate everything that they're doing.
I'm going to spend one of these real quick to flip that back up.
Wow, so quick. So quick.
Okay. Done.
You're by a ton of gardens.
He's going after the one that is not out here, where you need to have markers on 8 gardens.
Wait, is that not? I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, it's only 2.
Huh. Okay, well, I know what I want to
It
do.
makes all of my small buildings.
But that's not what
larger.
I should do.
Why do you just make large buildings? I'm just kidding.
Because gardens are more beautiful.
Well,
Look at this green thumb. Look at that.
no.
Yes!
There you go.
Oh my goodness, this is what we're doing? For sure.
He's staying.
Faux show.
I'm staying. I'm taking that one. I'm also placing out a color yellow, I think.
Railroad.
No, I'm just going to rotate that so that it doesn't... Oh, come on, just slide in there. Thank you. Here are those as well. And putting a marker. Now that lets me refresh one of these. I think I will refresh the green one. Yes, I will.
It's going to be insane if Rainer only gets points from those and doesn't do his business.
Okay. I have to think here. I have to be slightly careful with what I'm
Just slightly.
doing. I am also going to put out this one here, and that will give me one of these dice, and I think I will take that green one. That is what I'm doing.
What? I'm just trying to wrap my head around the process of doing that.
I has plans.
He has plans.
I don't know how well they're gonna work, but compared to Ben's plans, I feel like
I take offense to that. And I choose to forgive you.
It's going to put me on white.
Did you stay here, Rainer?
I did.
Yeah, he did. He chose it too.
So I'm gonna trigger a score.
Why do we keep moving me?
Oh, sorry, I keep thinking I'm orange.
Why are you not orange?
This is why I'm doing so poorly. I never know where I am.
I mean, you're doing pretty well with the gardens, though. So,
If anything, my people will live a beautiful life.
I mean, if anything, yeah. Oh, this is so dumb. Oh man. I know
I
what
feel like
want
I-
to do, but I don't want to do that. So
I feel like I think I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. Yeah,
I
sure.
I have plans, and I think they're gonna work out all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
Yeah.
got it. So I'm gonna go here.
But I'm also questioning everything.
Which allows me to place another.
Another yellow.
Is that of the same one that you
Mhm.
just placed? Okay. So we'll do that. And then I am going to place my garden out.
3 points. I'm not going to give you the 3 points. Don't worry.
Oh no, just make the mistakes when it's to my disadvantage.
Yes.
That is my preferred
Mm-hmm.
time for a mistake. And that's it, right?
Yep.
Well, well, well. We are going to spend these to convert your brown, Rainer. Congratulations.
Yay! I get 1 advancement. I am so pleased.
That gives me a gold,
Mm-hmm.
which I will then turn around and use
Mm-hmm.
to place a clay marker on a number
Sure.
1.
Those.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that one too.
Mm-hmm. Because why not?
Because. And then with my second action, I think I will place a. I've only got 2 left in my bag. Let's go ahead and throw down another. Nope. We'll throw down. Nope. Yep.
For 3 points. So I'm just rotating those so that they slot in. Well, cool.
That's kind of how I feel. But not entirely.
You're right. Wow, decisions. But this needs a decision. You didn't stay here, though. You went to 5.
I did go to 5. That is correct.
I'm taking this one, so we're going to trigger a scoring.
Yep.
Am I going to build 2 buildings?
Do it.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Why would I?
As long as you build
I
my
took
building.
a 3, right?
Yes, that's what was left.
How about I do that?
Mhm.
So I'm definitely spending 2 of these. I'm going to convert that yellow building. So, Andrew, you're going to get 2 advancements on this one.
Don't you have
However,
to pay 3?
No, I have to pay a yellow as well for mine.
Yes.
So 2 here and then 1 for
Yeah.
mine.
Yes.
So you got 2 yellow advancements. However, because I have this one, I get 4 points for my trouble there. Then if you want to replace those with the yellow building.
Andrew gets something for his garden.
Yes, you get an advancement on any track that you would like.
We'll go up on.
By the way, you should also have a claim marker,
Yeah, so I'll get the clay marker, then I'm going to go up on brown, so I get.
so you get a gold. All right, so now I do not have.
Build my brown. Rainer, finish my brown.
I mean, I could,
You
but
can do it.
No, he only has one thing.
What? He doesn't need one. He has a
I
green.
have this one. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I could, but do I?
You want to, Rainer. You really do. It's about to score.
Oh, I know it's about to score. That's the problem.
That's not a problem. That's points you're leaving on the table. Just saying.
I like leaving points on the table.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, this is going to go in that pile because he's.
Yeah, not yet though. Technically, but
We'll just table this right here for a minute.
Wait, so I get that one?
You get a garden when
Oh.
green gets kicked back.
I mean, I know that I should do that.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, I think I have a better plan.
See, you only think that.
He only thinks it.
No, oh no, the problem is you have... what did you do over there?
Do what where?
Oh, never mind. We're fine.
I put a garden out.
We're absolutely fine.
Yeah, good. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
we're
it.
good. We are going to lay out a project tile.
No.
Which...
And we're going to do...
Frick. Man. This is the most... I feel like this is the most building I've ever seen get done.
Do I do a brown? I do a brown. Sure, we'll do a brown.
He
We'll
does a
stick
brown.
a brown right there. And now I get to move anywhere. And I'm going to move here so that I can trigger that one to score.
Yeah, you
Next
will.
turn. Right, this one scores. I get that gold.
Well,
Oh, wait.
no,
Before I do,
isn't
I'm
that like 10
refreshing
points there?
this. Because I don't want the garden.
He gets a gold for doing it. Well.
I'm also going to get points.
Did we score points for here?
It will be.
Yes, we need to do points.
Yes. So over there.
It's 0 from yellow.
Yes, I get 0 from yellow. I get 1 from brown, and I get 1
So
from. I get 2
2
points. Yes.
I hope you're happy.
I'm super happy.
I get 2 points.
You get 2 points. Yes,
I get 1.
and you get 1. Look at that. How delightful.
And, whoa! Just in the nick of time, I'm going to take just that one, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend 2 brown and a yellow building. Move up on the yellow track, and then I'll do the top one, trats. Yeah, I'll do the top one. I'm gonna put. It's okay if I switch my 5 I took for the 4.
Sure.
I'd rather go over there. I'd rather go over there. So I did that, and then I'll do this, and I will take a brown.
Oh, you're doing the top one?
Yeah.
What?
Don't worry about it, okay?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm gonna move him back here.
Okay, so you're taking the 5 instead.
No, I took the 4,
Okay.
but I did this action to keep him there.
Okay.
Watch the kick.
So my turn.
Yes. Now it
I'm
is your
taking
turn.
this one, and I'm going to 3. All right, now I must think, because I am clearly doing that. Can I have a white projectile, please? Thank you.
Can.
That projectile is going to go here. You're going to trigger the end of the game, just so you know.
I am.
I feel like I'm not doing anything. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
So I did that. Now I'm going to convert that thing into a building that will cost me 2 yellow and a white.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to convert... Or do I want to do yours? No, brown is gonna score here in a second. Decisions. Yes, we will do that in a white. I'm converting mine. into a building. So we need a white thing here. And that gives me a claim marker. Also, I'm going to spend this one to refresh the white one. I think. No, actually, do I want an advancement on the brown track instead? Yes, I do, so I'm not going to spend it. Oops, I should take this one back. Yes, those are my 2 actions over there. Because I did a building, I get 2 points. Which I didn't take last time when I did that one, so I should have had 2 more points for this thing. All right, so now we're scoring over here.
Yes.
I get a gold. Thank you.
You do.
And then I only get 1 point for my white building. You get for your white building exactly
8.
8 points, yes. And then for each of them are 3, right? Yes.
Yes.
So 3 times, so 6, 12 points.
Wait, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's better than 5 times 10.
That was a nice scoring. Well done.
My entire game
You get a claim marker
has led up to that. Why did I move up?
because you are losing yellow.
Ah, yes. I don't want a clay marker.
You got a claim marker. Congratulations.
I wanted a yellow.
My turn?
Yes, it is. And yes, Ben is going to trigger the end of the game on his turn, which means that we finished that round. So you're getting 2 more turns.
We're all getting this. After Andrew, we'll just get 2 more turns, right?
Yes, Andrew has to.
Started.
Oh, you have so much time. Plenty of time.
Sure.
And this is quick.
This was a very quick game.
Because it's and not because we're rushing it either. It's just because we started slightly after the after 2, and it's now been an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's see.
I mean, this last turn but it will probably take about 90 minutes with 3. So
I am
with a bit
going
of explanation.
to freak. So frustrating.
I have no idea how I'm doing though. Downside is I haven't moved up
No, you have not.
here.
I would have really loved to have gotten that, though, and I'm not going to be able to.
I can, and I will.
Where are you?
I'm going here. I can build a brown.
Man, I don't know what my best
And then I get that one.
move is.
What I don't think that I can get is also this one. I'm really close, but not close enough.
Okay, well, anyways, give me the. Let me see. There's 2, 3, 4, 5 out there, so I can go to 1. Actually, yeah, give me the 6.
And go to 1.
Yeah. Then I am going to spend a gold into the white to place a building out. And I'll go on the arrow up,
Yep. Which track do you want to advance on?
brown, and then I get 3 points, right?
Yes, you do.
So 3 points. And then I'll just take a gold and a clay marker.
Okay.
Yay!
Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. I'll trade both those in. Place there.
Go up on yellow.
Andrew, let's talk.
What?
Are you planning on building that?
Why?
Because if you're not, then I would like to go over there and do it. If you are, then I won't waste my time.
No, just go over there and build it. He's not gonna.
I don't. He just went up on the brown track. That's a brown building. That's all I'm gonna say. Just curious. It's okay.
Maybe.
I will take this top one here. And I will do that. I can't take a brown die, otherwise it will.
Well, you could.
I could.
It'll advance you on the brown, but.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'll take the white. And that's my turn.
All right, so we score brown. You get that last gold, and we trigger the end of the game. So I have nothing up here, but you get 2 points for every building next to a garden.
3.
Yep.
So 6 points.
6 points. 43. And then you get 3 points. Have you completed this one?
We'll worry about that one later.
We'll worry about that one later.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You get 1 point for each of your buildings next to. So you have 1. Yes. And then you get 1 point for each marker over there. You get 1.
Fun.
And then I get to advance on the brown track. And then we roll, and now we all get, well, not you.
Oh,
We finish this round, and then
That's mine.
Wait, what? Oh.
he took it with this.
Oh.
This one keeps shifting over here. Let's, yes.
I'm doing so bad.
Here's the thing. I need to come over here. I 100% need to come over here. So I have
Now
this.
me and Rainer have one more turn, and you have another turn too.
Well, we have 2 turns.
And then I've got one more. We're going
So
to finish
we will
this
finish
round.
it.
Then go
Because
one
you
more.
started it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Here is the question. Can I finish a brown building? I can finish a brown building. I mean, without a doubt. Without a doubt, I can finish a brown building.
You have 1 gold. Oh, I guess you do have a
Yep.
bunch of.
So I will take this 5. That means that I'm going over here, so that I can put something over there.
That would help you, yes.
I am placing down a brown projectile on the only place that will be. Oh, actually, that is not necessarily. I don't need to go there. I can go here for a gold. Yeah, for a gold.
It's unfortunate you don't have a clay marker to put on it. Gasp! He has one!
Yes. So that was one action. Then I'm spending that blue and I'm flipping over one of my crate tiles. And I have to spend a gold for the brown. Now, if I can have a brown building, please. And this right here is going to do some awesome things. First of all, that gives me a claim marker.
Yeah.
And I now, just like I showed earlier,
Wait. Are they claim?
claim.
Claim.
You
This is my
claim.
3rd time playing this, and I have heard
I thought they were
clay markers.
So as you can see, that I cleared that row.
This
That
game
means
feels
that I
like
got a claim
so
marker and I
incredibly
get
hard
to
do
put a
anything.
marker out on a ship, but I'll do that in just a second. I built a house. That means that because of this, I get 2 points. I now have 2 white, I have 2 yellow, and I have 2 browns. I'm going to take this one for 10 more points and 2 gold.
Boo!
2 gold, please.
Oh.
Then I get to place a thing somewhere, and I get to place it for free, and I'm going to place it on this one.
So you get 2 more gold.
So I will get this one. I can either use it for 2 gold, or I can save it for 3 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with that, and then I will be here on my next turn.
Pretty good, pretty good.
My action guy should be over here if I want to move him. Thank you. Sweet. Okay. Well.
And I think I can put 2 over here.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Let me pitch you this though. You build my building. It's now a size 2 for you. You also get 1 more building next to a garden.
Right, I'm gonna build your building.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just
That only
checking.
gives you 1 more point here, though. But it's still a point
Point for who?
for
Me?
you.
Hey, I'll take what I can get, Rainer.
Okay, fine.
Man,
You
I
can't
wish there was
have
a way
anything.
to get extra actions. It's so annoying.
There is a way to get extra actions,
Is it make the prolong the game?
or you play it again.
I'm not
course.
opposed to that.
Okay. Well,
Yes, clay-m.
That's
says.
what I've heard, yes. Clay markers. They're kind of like this like brownish hue, and so I'm like, oh sure, they're clay markers. That makes sense.
Okay, the peach color means yours.
See,
The
the
gray
clay
color
color. The clay
means
color. you mean?
other people.
The-
Okay, terracotta.
The terracotta colored markers
Okay, so
are
you
not clay markers.
move up here. That gives you a total of 5 points. I mean, well, actually, it's going to give 4 points, but
But I get the 3 now. Then I got to move up another one because of my garden.
Yeah,
correct?
whatever. And you're moving on white.
I am.
Why not?
Should I?
Why not?
Sure.
why not?
Yeah.
Wait, I want to do that. No, I'm going to take this 1 back, and I'm going to take a 3 instead.
Oops.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
You paid gold for the extra brown they needed, right? Yep.
So that cost you.
Did you want to
3
pay another
brown.
gold to put a marker out there?
Oh. Oh, and I built a building, so I get 2 points.
Yes, you do.
Zoop.
The game does not
I'm
come with
still
those
like
sound
20
effects.
points behind everybody.
Zippity-joo-jah.
I'm going to spend a gold, and
I mean, this one is worth 2 points.
yeah, we'll do that.
My turn.
I'm so close to getting this one, but I just can't.
I'm gonna exchange this white
Ooh.
to make that a brown.
Ooh.
Back. Then I will spend 2 green
Mm-hmm.
and 1 brown.
So Rainer moves up on the brown track.
Don't mind that.
That gives me a clay marker, and I get a place on a ship for free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
You should go here. That will give you no points whatsoever.
It's a number 3. That is very, very enticing.
But on one of the 2s.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that are going to give you points.
Neither's going to really give me any benefit either. Because no one's there,
So why not?
so why not? And with my last incredibly exciting action, I will take my clay markers and 2 points.
And 2 points. Look at you. So here's the question. Do I want 3 points for each of these? Oh yes, I can't advance on yellow no matter what. I cannot go up on yellow. Okay, so going here would give me 4 points, but that would give me 6 points for doing some extra there.
Didn't get a single yellow building built.
I mean, it doesn't matter which color I take. And I will for sure spend the brown and... So it doesn't matter which number.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter because they're all brown. That is a very correct statement.
So I am for sure doing this because that is 9 points.
It would be silly not to.
And then I'm realizing, oh no, never mind. I'm like, where? Because I had 2 of them, but I was sitting and playing with it. Okay, so that moved me up here. Those spaces on the yellow. So I can come here for another 6 points. Or I can go here for 4 points. Decisions. 2 gold. Oops.
Oh, I got 2 points for placing my building.
Yep. And I'm getting 4 points total for...
Oh wait, does that happen up here too?
Mm-hmm. If you're placing buildings.
I did that.
I need a gold, please.
How long ago did I get that? I got that on...
The first one you got was the garden one.
Yes. And I built a size 2 building. That's a size 1. So when I built that one, which would have been... Because I was up here 2 times in a row. Might I take 4 points?
No.
For the
Absolutely
points
not.
that I rightfully earned?
Yeah, you guys are just beating me over the head with a shovel.
But it's a Mesopotamic shovel.
I mean,
So
whatever-
close.
whatever-
I think I should have
sorry.
pursued that instead of this one. Because I was a little bit too optimistic thinking
I
that
feel like
I'd be
the
able
2
to
gold
do.
and
Did you
10
not get
points
that?
is more valuable.
No, this one I have. I mean,
Oh, you got
this one was easy.
Ah. Easy.
I feel like the 2 gold and 12 and 10 points is more valuable than the 12 points.
No, what I'm saying
Did
is,
you get it?
I looked at it backwards.
what I'm saying is, I pursued this one over that one, and I think this one
Yeah.
would have given me other points and stuff.
In the
but
meantime,
it's fine.
Oh, that's 2 buildings. I thought it was
Did you
a
get
level
yours?
2.
I thought it was 3 in this district and 2 in that one.
But it's the other way
It
around.
was the other way around.
I
Yes.
thought it meant the level size of the building. So that's my fault.
Last turn
Take us
again.
home.
Totally changed what I did again. So
Dang it, Rainer, that's 13 points. I thought I was getting.
well,
Yeah, because you're not
getting
getting it.
No, I'm not getting no. Shoot, I was so happy. I was like, I did it. I did it. I looked at it and was like, no, I
You did
didn't
not.
do it.
I did mine, and I'm happy about that. So what we're talking about are these
cool.
again.
Well, I'll just take the 6.
So I have my 1 house over here, 3 here, and 1 here.
Can you spot the mistake? Because I didn't. Interesting.
Yeah.
3 houses in the wrong
I'll
district.
just move the blue over there. I'm going to get 2. I'm going to buy 2 these here.
Well, you're buying these ones.
Oh,
but
you buy those ones?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other ones you get from like places like this.
Oh. Cool.
Putting them there in a garden between.
Oh, it has to go in that area, right?
But you can put here, and if you want, that way you can put a garden between the 2 of them.
Yeah, you can put the water anywhere?
You can just continue.
Oh, right.
The
Yeah,
gardens
so-
can go anywhere
yeah.
on water.
Yay, for 3 points.
Thank you.
And that does it.
That does it. So now we score all of these districts. We start with district number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, you have a size 4 white, which is 2 points for each. That's 8 points.
That's not me. That is you.
That is me. Yes, you're right. I don't know what I'm.
Yeah, size 1 white, so that's 1 point for you.
Yes.
That is you.
He has 2
2 size 3.
Yellows.
yellows,
That's
which is
6 times 3. That's 18. So that's an 80.
Man, how are you so good at this game?
And
Look
you
at
have a
this.
size 3 brown, and it's worth 2 for each. So that's 6 points. that was District 1. District 2. It's very easy. My yellow size 4. Yes.
What's 4 times 0, Rainer?
I don't know.
I may have dropped out of math.
But you have a total of 3 size brown, which you get 2 for each, so you're going to get 6 points. Andrew, you're going to get 2 points for your white, and then I get 1 point for the white, and then I get 2 more for that, so I get 3 points total. And that's that one. This district, what's 0 times 1?
I think it's the same as 0 times 4.
Andrew, you have a size 4 white, which is going to give you 4 points.
8 points.
And then...
2 times.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And then you have a size 3 brown, and you're getting...
So that's 6. So I should get 50.
And then my size 1 brown is going to give me 2 points. Right, then we score over here. This one is 1 point for you, Andrew. This one is 2 points for 3 points. Ben, you have those 2, so you get 2 points. And then this one, that's 3, 4, and this is 5, 6. Yes, 6 points for me, please. Should I be here? That was that one. So these ones, they score 1 point for every building that they're connected to. Then we score this. Here, you get 1 point for every marker that you have on ships. You have 2 of them. And then here, you get 1 point for every building that you have next to a garden. So you have 3 of them, yes. You get 2 points for every building you have next to a garden.
2,
6.
3, so 6.
Yep. Here you get 3 times all of these that you have completed.
What's 3 times 0?
I don't know. And I get 5 times for these, so that is 15 points. So that's 79. Then we reveal any of these that we've completed. So I've completed mine for 10 points, and I have this for another 3, so 13. It'll put me at 92.
I fee fi faux pod and misread my card.
Yep. I wasn't happy about coming over here, by the way, and triggering that scoring, but I needed that building,
You did.
and I should have gone that earlier. The fact
You
that
have an additional gold.
Yeah, I thought this was size buildings, not number.
Gold are worth 1 point in the game, right?
are they?
That's what you told me.
I have been talking about and playing so many
I
games
just-
lately
I
that
just,
I
I
am
guess I just don't
just.
understand this game. So.
No, but it's a tiebreaker.
Ah, it is tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think that's my lowest score. I got 59 in the first game we played. But you guys were all the way up here. The
Yeah,
last
we were
game
like-
played.
10 points higher.
That is Tabannusi.
Don't we all have to scream Tabannusi? Like,
Sorry, I don't really like
To end
the
the-
blue needing for buildings and also the blue, like, so you build it with blue, but then you also build rivers with blue.
Yeah, yeah. When these are randomized, that does change quite a bit.
mm-hmm.
And it didn't affect you guys because Ben still throttled me. You
Well,
guys
and-
still throttled me.
What I did, and clearly I did not utilize these because of how I took them. Because I was thinking, I'm like, okay, when these are out here, that means I need to collect blue and green, and I'm gonna go for this one and this one. I did get that one.
Times.
I had planned on actually going for lots of ships and then using lots of gardens, and then I was like, no, I'm just gonna go for other things. And
I just also thought the 2 meant it was a like size 2 building.
It's always having that many of them.
I'll have to remember that next time I play this in like maybe 2 or 3 or 5 years or something.
Because the size ones are depicted like this with the white numbers on them. But yes,
Yeah.
that is Tabannusi. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We did, at least on this side of the table.
You just need to think about it a very different way, and it's not.
It does
my
take
way of
a
thinking.
different. Yeah, you've got to be able to
It is not by way of.
view spatial aspects differently. It's a very spatial game without looking like it.
Yep.
There's like all these cross-connecting. Yeah, timing's also huge in this game.
Mm-hmm.
You can get big advantages if you time things correctly, as opposed to missing out on things if you misread the timing.
Yep.
Or
Yeah, and also, I mean,
misread your gold cards.
Yep.
too.
I feel like there are certainly things that we could all have done differently. But what I do like about this game is how the actions might be the same, but the order in which you do them and the things that you focus on, it really, really changes things. Like the fact that I was able to get these two, I am super proud of that. Because getting these is
Those are hard.
really- They're hard to get.
Yeah, you gotta focus hard.
But I got 22 points and 2 gold out of them. And then
Well, along the way, you
additional-
finished your 10-point goal too.
Yeah.
So for doing something you were already gonna do.
And here I'm like, I'm gonna go collect these and just fill up my.
This is the first time I didn't focus on these, and it was hard. And by these, I mean the little crates that you can flip
It
over.
was hard, everybody, as you got 94 points.
It was harder than.
Yep. But yeah, that
just build
is.
lots of gardens, everybody. It seems
Well,
like that's the way to win.
and sometimes that works, right?
Well, Ben
if
did that
you-
last game, and this game he did it again.
And that's why I never went over there to. I didn't want him to get benefits by doing something next to the gardens. I just. Now, one of my mistakes clearly was not
That
moving
was
this one up. That's
a lot of
that's
points
8
left on the
points.
table.
Because that scored twice.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
But it just, I didn't have a good way of doing it.
Well, it's the thing. It's never convenient to push yourself up a track.
But there's
You
no way
want to try and set yourself up for
Yeah,
able
and
to do it, because
someone went and
otherwise.
finished my brown building. I'm like, I want
You put the brown building. You could have built a yellow.
I could have. And then you would have
game,
completed the yellow and given me a bump.
I probably would
multiple
have.
people built their own blueprints. This game.
And so many times I went and I put down a blueprint and immediately built it. And then I
Yeah.
go and put a blueprint and build it.
And that's what got you those, but that's what prevented you from getting your track advancements. So it's.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting game. Anyway, we are going to get out of here. Thank you again for watching. Thank you to those of you that have been with us throughout this day. We will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which is 1700 CEST, for stuff. What do we have tomorrow? We have a... maybe I should just look at the schedule. That might help. Oh yes, we have a Behind the Solo with David Turtsey. Going to talk to him about basically what goes into the solo designs and stuff that he does. So looking forward to that.
I think it's funny that they two like solo, like you have the Automa,
Yep.
like that does all. It's like a team that like, and you've got David Turksey all by himself.
Yep.
Does these solo
But
modes.
to be fair, he
Very
does have
impressive.
a good team of testers.
Yes.
But generally, design-wise, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does collaborate with a few people, but generally,
It's impressive, regardless.
he also doesn't like solo.
Which blows my mind that you can be
He
so
most
good
of
at
the
it.
time, most of the time he will design it, and he doesn't know how to play game solo, but he will design it and then it works. So yes, and then after that I will. If you're not tired of hearing from me, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow about some of the things down the road in the industry. We will talk about shipping and logistics, see where that's headed, pricing of games, see where that's headed. Bad news and short news is that the logistics issue will be with us minimum through 2022. Prices are going up on games. But there are also positive things that are happening in the industry. We'll talk about some of those things, talk about challenges ahead of us, good things are happening with on the side of technology, innovation, and all those things. So let's come and talk about that. And then we have another Creative Minds segment. This time it's an interview with Adam Kwapinski. who is the designer of Origins, as well as games like Nemesis and Lords of Hellas, which amazes me that he can have top games that are very thematic, and then he can have
a Euro game.
It's such a good one, right?
That's just no theme.
I just
literally like
it blows my mind.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's
we will.
mind-blowing.
Oh, and he did Dark Ages too.
Yeah, Dark
right?
Ages.
The,
So, like,
the
3
variety.
Yeah.
Of
Running the spectrum there, yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Party Game by Adam Gopant.
Origins party game.
He also did In Between.
Oh,
card
that was
game.
his first design?
First one with us.
With you guys?
at least, yeah.
That's going back a ways.
Yep.